Hello and a warm welcome to TBC News. Our top stories. Government challenges AFDB to benefit locals. Three years of Samia broaden optimism. Good evening, I am Faida Ngaga. You can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TBC Online. Also, get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and X pages at TBC Online. President Samia Suluhu Hassan calls on the governmental institutions and the private sector to take convenient measures to ensure that women are heard in various decision-making processes in the country. President Samia has made the call during a meeting involving women in the financial sector held in Kizimkazi in the islands of Zanzibar.
Na wakati safari hii imeanza mpaka tulipofika tulikuwa tunafanya kama ma-activist.
When this journey began, we acted like activists in order to emphasize change. We would focus on what we wanted, how we wanted things to take place, and changes that we wanted to take place. The government has taken a huge step in changing policies or laws, among many other things. Let us focus on actions and be practical and facilitate these meetings by raising money. We should not do this on our own. Our brothers should step in as well.
Furthermore, President Samia says in addition to increasing the women participation in the decision-making levels, she insists on putting a lot of effort into empowering women economically. Minister of Finance Dr. Mwigulu Nchemba calls on the African Development Bank, AFDB, to look into the possibility of reforming its procurement law so that projects implemented through the bank's financing support can benefit local contractors. Dr. Nchemba gave the call in Dodoma during a virtual meeting between him and the AFDB Bank resident representative in Tanzania, Patricia Lavery, highlighting the best way to implement and complete development projects. Here are more details.
Minister of Finance says that Tanzania has changed its procurement laws through the Public Procurement Regulatory Authority, PPRA, in 2023 so as to give priority to local contractors to fully participate in the implementation of projects and generate large taxpayers who will be part of the repayment of loans.
Those small companies dealing with these construction industry and others, their parents will be carrying this burden of debt payments of the country. Then we need to see a big size of these funds going to our fellow Tanzanians, so that at the time they are paying these debts, they should also be in cognition that they have the projects contracted, and also they had this money in their companies.
He insists that it does not make a good picture when it is seen that the debt continues to grow throughout the implementation of projects, but donors pay a lot of money to foreign companies that implement projects in the country, while local subcontractors who participate in projects through their companies do not fully benefit. On the other hand, AFDB Bank's resident representative in Tanzania, Patricia Lavery, says her bank has received Tanzania's request and will look at the best way of implementation, including improving existing laws in the future projects that have not been signed.
So the issues will be appraised, will be addressed during the next appraisal for the different projects that we have in the pipeline. But for now, we'll engage the project accountants, project coordinators for the ongoing projects.
He says it is a good idea that the future projects specify how the private sector can participate in its implementation, and promising the bank to look into the possibility of this being implemented effectively.
The Tanzanian ambassador to Rwanda, Major General Ramson Waisaka, calls on Tanzanians to capitalize on the social and economic opportunities available in Rwanda, including trade, investment, business, and the use of Swahili language. A move will expand the foreign currency scope. Speaking to TBC News, Ambassador Mwaisaka says during the 3 years of President Samia's leadership, the bilateral cooperation between the two countries has increased due to the best government policies that also help to grow the economy and enhance international cooperation. It's a report by Grayson Kakuru, read by Teddy Mparanyanga.
Our correspondent Grayson Kakuru had a chance to visit the Tanzanian embassy in Rwanda and got a chance to talk with the Tanzanian ambassador to Rwanda, Major General Ramson Mwaisaka, who starts by explaining the current state of bilateral relations between Tanzania and Rwanda during the 3 years of presidency of Samia Suluhu Hassan.
Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan toka ameingia pamoja na kuimarisha yale, lakini amefungua fursa.
Since Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan came into power, she has opened up various opportunities. Tanzania exports more to Rwanda than Rwanda exports to Tanzania. Products, especially wheat products such as rice and maize, are sold in bulk here in Rwanda, as well as industrial products such as rubber, oil, and medicine.
Ambassador Major General Mwaisaka says that even the Kiswahili language is increasingly attracting more people in Rwanda.
The number of people learning Kiswahili here in Rwanda is big. Last year, I was invited as guest of honor at the University of Kigali to issue certificates to almost 250 students at once. But till now, more than 500 students are studying here.
Due to this, Ambassador Mwaisaka is urging Tanzanians to maximize on the opportunities available to invest in Rwanda and to expand business and economy scope.
Balozi wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania nchini Rwanda unaendelea kuhimiza.
The Embassy of United Republic of Tanzania in Rwanda continues to encourage business owners from Tanzania to invest and use opportunities as requested.
Let's come back to Dar es Salaam, whereby we're told Prime Minister Kasima says the government is determined to ensure security prevails along the country's borders and be ready to deal with disasters or any case of emergency. He made the remarks today during the closing of training exercises for preparedness against chemical and radiological emergencies in Tanzania conducted in Dar es Salaam. Here are more details.
Prime Minister Kasima says that the step taken is the completion of two important documents for the National Plan for Chemical, Biological, Radiological and Nuclear Disasters, CBRN National Action Plan, and the Radiological and Nuclear Response Plan, which he launched during the event.
Kwanza ni ya mpango wa kitaifa wa maafa ya kikemikali, kibiolojia, kiradiolojia na kinyuklia.
It is the National Plan for Chemical, Biological, Radiological and Nuclear Disasters that will help to provide education on how to deal with disasters in these areas. The second document is the plan to respond to nuclear and radiological emergencies. It also explains how each department should prepare best ways to deal with nuclear and radiological disasters.
Furthermore, Majaliwa directs all the ministries and institutions involved in the implementation of the plans to maximize on them fully and to cooperate with all those who need to implement the guidelines.
All departments, ministries, and institutions should sit together and conduct a discussion that will bring ideas in order to facilitate the presence and national plan for chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear disasters. The Prime Minister's office should supervise this and coordinate in bringing together various stakeholders in order for us to conduct professional discussions and give out suggestions for implementing this plan.
On the other hand, the Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Professor Adolf Mkenda, says the preparedness exercise against chemical and radiological emergencies aimed at providing participants with knowledge and skills to deal with chemical, biological and nuclear threats and to support efforts to prepare and deal with such disasters in the United Republic of Tanzania.
It is known that a chemical, radiological or nuclear disaster may occur as a result of an incident, terrorist attacks, or the intentional release of chemical or nuclear sources, and such disasters pose as a threat to our health and serious harm to our nation.
The Tanzanian Information and Communication Technologies Commission allays fears over the state of cybersecurity in the country, insisting that the country is free from any insecurities, a condition that attracts more investors to consider investing in the IT sector, asserting that the research shows that Tanzania to be the second country in Africa with reliable cybersecurity. The remarks were given by the Director General of the ICT Commission in Dar es Salaam, Dr. Nkundwe Mwasaga, during an interview with TBC after the announcement of the Cybersecurity Forum 2024 that will be conducted in Arusha from the 4th to the 5th of April, whereby topics to be discussed include resilience in the digital economy sector and safeguarding users in emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence.
They don't invest in areas where there are a lot of threats, where there's no security. When you start to see companies that they want to invest in Tanzania, that show that the issue of cyber security is doing much better in our country. And of course, we know that there are a number of people who are really keen to invest in Tanzania. And one of them is companies from America that are very popular in the world, that they keenly want to come here. Of course, we do have our regulation laws, and investors, they need to follow the regulation that we have so that they can do business. We see there's a growth of companies that are coming from abroad to invest in Tanzania, many, because ICT Commission's work is to attract investment, and the investments are coming.
While addressing on the issue of the digital economy, he insists that the nation continues to excel in the area, emphasizing inclusivity and collaboration across all sectors.
It's growing, and indexes like the Global Network Readiness Index have shown that one of our strengths is the size of digital economy. The size is growing. We have the numbers. The youth who are in the age between 15 to 34, they are almost 21 million. If you look at the smartphone that we have in Tanzania, they are 18 million. So that shows this is a big market. It's an area where innovation can be done, because to have 18 million smartphones, it means you have 18 million market that you need just to create certain services, and you can get people that you want. That number is bigger than the population of many countries.
Furthermore, the Commission has allocated 100 free slots for women in the IT sector to participate in the conference with a theme of fostering an inclusive digital community. In other news, the governor of the Bank of Tanzania, BOT, Emmanuel Tutuba, urges owners of 3- to 5-star hotels to seize the opportunity given by the bank to apply for a bureau de change license from the bank and set up a window in their establishments, insisting that the move will help to control the black markets in the country. He made the call in Dar es Salaam during a meeting with some hotel owners, explaining that according to a study conducted by the bank, it has found that many hotels conduct transactions in foreign currencies without following official foreign currency exchange systems.
Our expectation is to see all the hotels, if they will continue receiving guests from different countries, they will be changing their forex in their own hotels, and maybe will not sell those dollars in the black market, because once you sell or you take your dollars to the black market, in fact you are distorting our own economy, and there has been a different repercussion.
People were collecting dollars as illegal tenders. By law, dollar is not a legal tender in Tanzania. So now using the shillings, that means the economy will be regulated and people will control the fund movements of the economy. It will benefit the country as a whole. Although there will be a challenge to establish it, and that challenge will be associated to establish another section of a revenue center for the Bureau, the exchange rates, the technicality, the experienced people, the educations of the people doing that job, the PMS system, management information system, which is required to make a bureau transaction, and the daily reporting to the BOT.
Furthermore, the governor elaborates that in order for a hotel to obtain the license, capital is not needed, stressing that hotels are responsible to provide services in Tanzanian shillings. ActionAid's Global Platform Project Achievement Annual Participatory Review meeting has been held in Dar es Salaam today with the aim of highlighting ActionAid's achievements for 2023 and the way forward for the year 2024. During the meeting, the annual participatory review and reflection process, the annual plan and implementations, as well as the financial performances and financial plan for year 2024 were highlighted. Kasima reports.
Speaking in Dar es Salaam, the ActionAid Country Director, Bavon Christopher, says he believes that the changes that ActionAid engineers supports different communities, adding that the gathering focused in an open round discussion of gallery walk, where participants got a chance to review some of the achievements.
And the Singida, but also through policy advocacy and the campaigns, we believe the changes that we engineer supports or affects, influence everybody in the country. We are here today to conduct our process, which is participatory. It's called participatory review and reflection process, which is a process which brings different actors, different stakeholders from CSOs, from the government, from media, and other activists to discuss our programs that we have implemented for the year 2023, but also looking at the achievement that we have gotten and listening the reflection from our stakeholders on how we can improve our programs.
The Monitoring, Evaluation and Learning Coordinator, Chimaguli Kui, says some of the programs that are being conducted by ActionAid address the challenges of land degradation, emphasizing the significance of shifting from polythene bags to eco-friendly green cans during tree plantations, as well as youth action to prevent climate change, with the aim of supporting people's efforts towards prevention and responding to climate change impact, while expecting to get feedback from the participants that attended.
We have convened our annual participatory review and reflection process meeting, which normally reviews our results of the planned activities of the previous year, because we do it every year at the end of the year. So we normally come together with partners, alliances, and other stakeholders to review our results. So we solicit feedback from our beneficiaries and the partners who work with them from the community level.
Other achievements have been the advocated engagement with the Parliamentary Committee on Trade, Industry and Agriculture to influence budget release that responds to the needs of small-scale farmers, partnership for social accountability, as well as improved of school toilets, which has reduced the number of girls dropouts. Kanki Mwegomole, TBC News.
The Dar es Salaam Special Zone Police Commander, Yumane Muliro, says that from the beginning of January to March this year, the security situation in the city of Dar es Salaam has been stable, insisting the police force has been firm in ensuring peaceful environment for citizens to ensure they live safely. He made the remarks when he met with journalists, asserting that the force continues to put in place strategies so as to continue to create peaceful environment for the residents of Dar es Salaam.
Generally, the security situation in the city is calm, but unpredictable. That is why every now and then you find the police officer patrolling from one area to another. The strategic issues related to the detectives do make a follow-ups based on the records of the criminals. Those who are attending in the judicial bodies, like the magistrates, or the court of law, and the others who are on bail, and the others whose cases have been either discharged or released based on the legal aspect. So the scientific strategic plans of the police is there to stay, and that's why percent-wise, the general situation, the security situation in the city is calm, and we are doing fine.
Furthermore, Commander Muliro urges the citizens to continue to cooperate with the police force as part of eradicating crime in the city.
When we talk about security, we mean and include all members of the public to be conscious, to be aware of what's going on, and any matter related to the criminality should be speedily reported to the police officer or any public officer.
As the world marks the World Kidney Day for the year 2024 today, this year's theme being Kidney Health for All, advancing equitable access to care and optimal medication practice. We are joined by Dr. Jonathan Mngumi, who is the head renal unit at Muhimbili National Hospital, speaking to my colleague Peter Mganga.
Most of Tanzanians and world at large, they want to know why we celebrate this day.
Oh, thank you very much. World Kidney Day is celebrated every second Thursday of the month of March, yearly, every year. The aim is to give health education to the people and to increase the awareness about kidney diseases.
According to the statistics from World Health Organization, they show that there is increased number of people who are suffering from kidney. We want to hear the general current situation here at Muhimbili Hospital.
About 7% of all Tanzanians, it is said that they are having chronic kidney disease. And we see also at Muhimbili National Hospital, we have patients with chronic kidney disease. And we thank our government, Ministry of Health, and also our Executive Director, Professor Janabi, because through their leadership, we are able to take care of these patients. So at Muhimbili National Hospital, we have clinics which are dealing with patients with chronic kidney disease from Monday to Friday at large. But also Saturday, some doctors are coming to the clinic. But services like hemodialysis, which is the service that patients with chronic kidney disease is receiving, we have this service every day, Monday to Sunday.
People, they want to hear what are the main causative of kidney disease?
Yeah, worldwide, kidney diseases are caused by diabetes and hypertension. If you have uncontrolled diabetes, uncontrolled hypertension, it can lead to chronic kidney diseases. But also we have got diseases that affect the kidney itself. We call them like glomerulonephritis. Here the kidney can lose a lot of protein, and after sometimes a person can get chronic kidney disease. But we have also other diseases in the body, like autoimmune diseases, like systemic lupus erythematosus. All these diseases, they can also cause problem to the kidney. But diseases that can affect the kidney, for example, infectious diseases. But also we have cancers, like people with cancers which are closer to the urinary system. For example, carcinoma of the cervix in females, carcinoma of the prostate in males. All these can lead to chronic kidney disease. The majority of our patients have high blood pressure. Hypertension is the leading cause. But we have also patients who have diabetes and the other diseases. And to add more, the kidney disease affects everybody. We also have children. For example, in our dialysis unit, we have children who are doing dialysis. And among the patients that we did kidney transplantation, among the 89 patients that transplant has been done here at Muhimbili National Hospital, 4 of the patients who have been transplanted are children. And even the last camp, which we did recently, we had transplanted 1 child.
Okay, what are the measures which should be taken into consideration so that to combat this kidney disease?
We should take serious the knowledge that is given by the healthcare providers, the health workers, the doctors, the nurses. We should consider it. Number 2, if one has a risk, has diabetes, hypertension, or any other diseases, and has medication to take, they should adhere to the medication. And we see hypertension is the leading cause. So we advise, if you have blood pressure, your measure is above 140/90, you have to consult your doctor. And if you are using medication, make sure that the blood pressure stays better so that you don't get chronic kidney disease. And another thing what you have to do is to check our health. So we do medical checkup. But another thing, lifestyle. This is very, very important. We see Professor Janabi is talking about how we eat, about lifestyle. That is should be taken serious. It's very, very important, because if we don't have physical exercises, if we don't have good eating habits, we can have obesity and at the end hypertension, then diabetes. So lifestyle. And another last thing is water. People can ask, what can I do to clean my body? What can I do to clean my kidneys? Is water. Drink some water. Even a glass of water is very, very important a day. So drink water to save your kidneys.
Thanks so much, Doctor. It was a nice moment to have an exclusive interview with the Dr. Jonathan, and today we mark the celebration of World Kidney Day.
Now, before we wind up local news, let's take a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT.
Nigeria President Bola Tinubu has said the government will not pay a ransom for kidnapped school children. Gunmen abducted more than 208 students and staffs from school in northern western Kaduna State last week. They are demanding more than $600,000 for the safe return of the victims. The Nigerian army has been deployed to rescue the children. To Asia. Rescue teams from Taiwan and China are taking part in a real joint mission of capsized boat. The fishing vessel winded near a Taiwan-controlled Kingsman Island, which is close to China's coast. The bodies have been discovered. 2 people have been rescued and 2 more remaining missing. The mission comes amid high tension between Beijing and Taipei. China views Taiwan as part of its territory. Farmers are protesting in India's capital, New Delhi. They are demanding higher price for their produce. The demonstration comes just weeks before national elections, in which Prime Minister Narendra Modi is seeking a 3rd term. Farmers protest previous forced Modi to repeal agricultural reforms. The farmers demand the Indian government to implement the minimum support price in their crops, but they don't get the appropriate payment for their produce. South Korea and U.S. troops have conducted a live fire drones at the end of their annual joint military exercise. The 11 days final exercise included 40 tanks and armed vehicles as well as drones. And North Korea leader Kim Jong-un has responded to the drone for the display of his own. State media say he droned one of the country's latest tanks himself. Kim regularly shows off North Korea's military power, mostly tested missiles. Police officers in Peru have laid dozens of properties around the country in a cracking down on illegal armed trafficking. 18 people were arrested during the operation. Lima and several other cities on the border with Ecuador.
That was international news. And in sports news, Simba Sports Club assistant coach Selemani Matola says they have set a plan to outclass Mashujaa FC and take all 3 points as the club still fights for the Tanzania Premier League title this season. Matola adds that players will apply all their technical skills and experience to upset Mashujaa FC and strengthen its position in the league table.
It is not easy, but it is possible, and we will make sure we fight until the end to make our fans happy.
Simba Sports Club welcomes Mashujaa FC at Azam Complex, Chamazi tomorrow with great win against Singida Fountain Gate still in their minds. Simba sits in third place of the league with 43 points, while their rivals, Mashujaa FC, have 21 points in the league table. In other sports news, Tanzania beach soccer national team head coach Boniface Pawasa says his team is ready for the Council of Southern Africa Football Association's Beach Soccer Cup because they are well prepared for the encounter scheduled to kick off March 17th in South Africa. Head coach Pawasa told TBC News in Dar es Salaam that they have made strong preparations gearing up for the COSAFA beach soccer competitions and they are ready to apply their acquired skills in the pitch against their opponents.
We don't have injured player in our squad. They are all fine and we are very fit to the competition because we have enough experience.
The beach soccer national team will travel tomorrow to South Africa to participate in COSAFA beach soccer competitions. And that marks the end of our news bulletin for tonight. Do not miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. I am Faida Ngaga. Good night.
TBC1